Hello there. Today I thought I'd do something a bit different and try to teach you guys how to play one of the songs from class. And the song in question is The Lost, that features in the beginning part of the final episode. I think it's a really good song, and somehow I've managed to teach myself how to play it, more or less. So let's give this a go. So the first thing I'm going to start with is the chords for the verses, because I think that's the easiest part to learn. So, it's all done with the left hand. It's quite simply D minor, so that's F, A and D, and then you do it again, and then a third time. So that bit's fairly easy, but then what is slightly more difficult, you then go up to the F chord, A, C, F, and down to C, so that's G, C, E, and then back to D minor again. So now that you've got the chords for the verses right, let's go into what you do with the right hand. It changes slightly between verse 1 and verse 2, but the changes are subtle, they're not that different. Verse 1, you start with, so that's going to be D, 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 F, E, C, D. So with the left hand. And then the next part, obviously now you're repeating D minor again. And with your right hand, you'll have, So A, C, B, G, A, A. And then you do a slightly similar thing this time. So you begin the same with A, C, B, G, but then rather than holding A, you go A, F, D. Now your hand's down here. And as remember your left hand's now doing the complicated part of F, C, D minor, and it should go like, so that's E, F, F, E, C, D. I'll try and slow this down so you can see when exactly your left hand changes. So like I said before, the second verse is slightly different from the first, and hopefully you'll see what I mean when I play it now. I'll do what I've just done and play the first line, then explain how to do it. So now this time, rather than doing, you end with hitting D a few more times. So you've got D, 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 F, E, C, D, D, D. And then you go back up to A again like you did before. So you have A, C, B, G, A. I think that one's quite similar to what it was before. And then again, this one's quite similar. A, C, B, G, A, F, D. And then this one's subtly different. So rather than doing E, F, F, E, C, D, you do E, F, F, E, F, D. So you miss out C that time. And I think we're now ready to go into the chorus. Before doing that though, I should probably show you how the verses should sound without it being all stagnated. So we'll give that a go now. So that's verse 1. Oh, sorry. And that was verse 2. So that's what hopefully the verses should sound like. Again, we'll start with the chords because that's going to be the easiest of the two halves. So this time we start with F, and remember that is A, C, F. Then you go down to C, and remember that's G, C, E. So that's for the first line. Then it's up to F again. Then we have a new chord, G. That's G, B, D. And then A, which is A, C sharp, E. And that's the second line. Then it's F again, down to C, then down to D minor. Remember D minor is F, A, D. And then we have a new chord again, B flat, which is B flat, D, F, which makes up the third line. And then the fourth line is similar to the verses actually. F, down to C, and then D minor. Moving on to the right hand, I'll do the same thing as before, play each line, and I'll do it with the chords. This time don't worry about the left hand, just focus on the right hand. So the right hand is doing A, B flat, C, B flat, A, G, G, G. I think that's right. Yeah. Second line goes. So you might have already noticed there's a lot of quick changes in the left hand, but try not to worry just yet. Yeah, so the second line is F, A, D, D, E, C sharp. And the third line goes, this is my favourite line actually. So we have F, 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 G, 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 A, D. So you're just gradually moving that basically, but you miss out B and C. Yep, so that's the third line. And then the fourth line, at the end of the third line you're up here on D. Then it's C, A, then down to F. Then you hit E, then you go up, sorry, not down, F, D. So I think that ends in the same way as verse 2. I'll play the whole thing and hopefully you'll be able to see how it's meant to sound. we go. Before I attempt to play through the whole thing, or at least how I interpret how the whole thing's meant to be played, I'll just make a few general points. Obviously, you might have noticed in the chorus it was very complicated knowing when to change the chords with your left hand compared to what you're playing with your right hand. Try not to worry, I know I've already said that, but just gradually build it up like I've done. So start with the chords and then move on to the right hand, and then try and watch back how and when I play them together. If you've got a keyboard and not a piano, give it a nice voice. I like to use a violin and then have a dual voice of strings, I think. Right, here we go. First mistake, I like having the accompaniment voice on. There we go. With verse 2 I like to go up an octave. With the chorus I like to do both octaves. And then, I can't remember what you meant to do for the instrumental, but we'll just do, we'll do the verse. I swear it's the verse. And there we go. So hopefully you picked up on, towards the end there, I repeated the, and I slowed that bit down actually, held down D for when, spoiler alert, Ram's dad dies. And then I repeated D. And there we go. So you can put your own spin on it, and hopefully you'll have a masterpiece on your hands. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, so I know to try and make more of them. I've got one idea at the moment, and that's for April and Ram's love theme, which I think is brilliant. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment if you have any questions or any other suggestions for class bits of music, or maybe Doctor Who bits of music I could try and teach myself and then teach you guys. And sorry about how long this video is going to be. I'll see you guys next time. To share your